huge commitment for the Herald leader to make a decision, a big decision for Tim to make. It was so big that we actually roped in Tim's boss, Frank McComas, because this was a time when, as you guys know, we were looking at really tightening expenses. We were doing restructuring throughout the building, making sure that all jobs were crucial jobs, and if they weren't, that those jobs would be eliminated. And then yet we're asking for a huge amount of money to have training done. And so many times training is thought of as the extra, the luxury item, but what we really thought and saw was the opportunity. We knew that we were entering into a different type of economy, and one where we would have to operate differently for us to be able to make the numbers and get the revenue we wanted. We also felt like this would be a time more competitive than ever before when we went up against the media competition that we were experiencing, and we wanted to be better and more astute at working with our clients, meeting their needs, and being able to deliver the response for them.
When Group 1 went through this program, we had kind of a rocky month that month, and I went to Ann and I said, geez, the reason why we're missing plan this month because all the reps are in training and not out on the street. And she's kind of gave me one of those and said, I don't know, but I'll find out. And I'll check it out. And I don't know that she knew what the answer was going to be. When I asked the question, I didn't know what the answer was going to be, but I was just looking for a reason for why we had such a rough month, other than the economy's horrible. And she came back to me and she said, "You're not going to believe this, but all the reps who were in the training program this month met or exceeded goal." Is that right? That's really fantastic. So not only did they go through the class that month, taking all the time that it took, but they also did the job out on the streets, which I think is just tremendous. I am glad you've gone through this training. As kind of trepidatious as I was about committing the resources to it a few months back, I couldn't be happier now that we've gone through this. We've swallowed the expense. Ann's right, because it is the time that it is. I did talk to my boss at corporate because I wanted to make sure that Knight Ritter was behind this as well, and not just me, making this call. I appreciate you all sticking through this. I know doing this on top of trying to make your sales goals is doubly tough, and appreciate it, and I applaud it, and I thank you for it. Thanks.
As you just heard from Vice President of Marketing Ann Culkins and publisher Tim Kelly, the economy in 2001 forced the Lexington Herald leader to find a new and better way to serve their customers. This Knight Ritter newspaper wanted a defined sales methodology that would spearhead its new sales culture of direct accountability and dramatically increase the sales performance of its account executives. Sales Consultants International became the solution to that challenge. SCI specializes in changing sales cultures by leveraging their renowned methodology called the Sales Culture Continuum. SCI analyzed Lexington Sales Group, introduced a plan of action to meet their needs, and dramatically changed their sales force in a 6-month period from being reactive and order-taking to distinctively proactive and order-making. Janet Hill, the Herald leader's retail advertising manager, witnessed the transformation.
What sets this training, the SCI sales education, apart from some of the others, is that it's very purposeful, and every sentence that you say, every action has an intention. It helps the account executive take a leadership role in guiding the customer to identify their needs and their goals and what they're wanting to accomplish. Just equipping myself and also the account executives with the language and the right words and the right sequence of questions in order to get that information. And never have I been educated to sell to a person's goals that's in their heart.
So a culture has been transformed. The change was by design. They needed a way to uncover customer objectives, needs, and goals. And today, there's a new way at the Lexington Herald Leader that delivers results. Listen firsthand to the graduates and executives from this Knight Ridder newspaper to better understand the effect SCI had on their sales culture.
The reason I feel like that SCI education has been so incredibly valuable is I recognized it immediately as a return to true customer service.
There's another way to do it, and a way that makes sense.
It's not even like homework. It's like you want it to become part of your sales technique.
No one else is doing this.
I think it's an exceptional program. Just have gotten just such positive feedback from my superior, Ann Calkins, and my direct reports, the supervisors and the account executives. They all buy into it 100%.
It's the best training that I've ever had, and I've had tons of sales seminars.
I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend it. I think anybody at least in advertising sales, probably in any kind of sales. I don't see how you couldn't take it and adapt it to any sales environment at all, because it's all about the customer, which it should be in the first place.
I would definitely recommend it.
Definitely do it for their company. I'm sure it seems like a large investment, up front, but down the road, once the executives get a hold of the process and they start practicing, we've already seen tremendous results from it in advertising.
It's putting money in your pocket.
The proposal was for a $600,000 net revenue agreement.
Additional about $1,500.
And it resulted in over $97,000.
And we're up to $600,000 so far.
Result to about $160,000.
I picked up about $1,500, all of which is, good revenue.
With about $300,000 of that being incremental.
We got an additional $45,000 out of them for the year 2002.
By Monday, have 2 action plans that will be signed off on.
I walked out 2.5 hours later with $20,000 additional revenue.
Revenue in excess of $1 million with renewed agreements.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars of incremental revenue.
I can absolutely track $70,000 in sales to the training alone.
I'm proud of the brand that I've established, every bit as much as the sales on paper.
If you use it right, it's hard to go wrong with it.
It really does take it to a different level.
Hi, I'm John Fredericks, founder and chairman of Sales Consultants International. First and foremost, I want to extend my appreciation for taking the time to view the tremendous success which is currently being experienced by the sales team at the Herald Leader. I also want to take a minute to grant my tremendous appreciation to the management team at the Herald that had the courage to act, the conviction to change, and the determination to control their own economic destiny in a time of crisis. We at SCI would be honored to have the opportunity to serve other Knight Ridder properties as well. Thank you again for your time and interest in SCI, and we look forward to serving each of you one day soon.